All right, y'all. As you can see, life comes at you fast. Your boy is having to do a video on the phone. The first time I've ever done this before, so bear with me. As you can see here, man, coastal storms out here in Jersey done got your boy all out of sorts here. Tree fell down, completely wiped out the power line. So obviously I have no power. And then the drone crashed in one of the whips in the driveway as well. So yeah, definitely going through it. Not the best start to my week after a great weekend on a mini vacay out in North Jersey in New York City. Much love to everybody out there in North Jersey. But listen, the breaking news of your boy Matt Patricia, former Detroit Lions head coach, former New England Patriots defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator, right? Weird there. Definitely a base 34 dude, as we see right here, a straight up zero technique, couple of edge players there. You got your 3 and 5 technique. So we know we're a base edge 3-4 team in Philly, and that should be nothing to it right there. But obviously he's not going to install a new defense this late in the season. He's going to be play calling. There is a delineation between being a play caller and a coordinator. Sean Desai is still the coordinator. He will coordinate the defense throughout the weeks and the game plans and meetings and everything. And then you will just have a play caller in Matt Patricia. Maybe he's just better at it, situational. We see right here, they're running with that 4-man front. 3 and a bump is what we call it out there. You got that 9 technique way out there. You got your man who will be more like a Hassan Reddick type in a motorcycle stance, able to still play that linebacker position. Though something we're not too unfamiliar with in years past anyway there. But, man, you talk about a crazy shakeup right before the big channel bonanza, going against the Seattle Seahawks, looking for a victory there against a very frightening Seattle team because of that offense they have. Could be very, very explosive, very potent. And of course, those guys could really hone in, right? Everybody's Super Bowl is the Philadelphia Eagles. You get everyone's best shot, just like the Dallas Cowgirls, right? I can't wait for the power, for them to come back and restore power so I can get on some of these Cowgirls fans. I told you clowns about camping out on my channel over a regular season game, especially in a regular season where both teams hell serve at home. I said you guys were going to go to Buffalo and lose, and you would lose to Miami as well. So you better pipe down there. You're not looking good. The regular season Super Bowl champions of the world, the Dallas Cowboys, and the one-game regular season Super Bowl champions of the world, the San Francisco 49ers. We're interested in the playoffs. That's why I love this move without actually loving this move. Now, I'm not going to sit around here in front like Matt Patricia is God's gift to defensive football. When we last saw him, he sucked. Absolutely sucked as a head coach, and his defenses sucked. So I don't like when people are head coaches and their unit that they got the job from doesn't pull its weight. I can say the same thing about Coach Sirianni to a certain degree, to be honest with you there, but that's another story for another day. But the defense, man, definitely needed some type of jolt, and this may be the jolt that gets it over the top there. But like I said before, it's a Jimmy's and Joe's thing. You got to have the personnel on defense. Now, we have great personnel up front, line of scrimmage from pillar to post, off the chain. Linebackers struggling. Defensive backs, certain positions are not pulling in weight. James Bradbury struggling. Looks like Darius Slay won't even play. Right? So imagine that. It's going to be some young boys in the game, man, like a Keely, Ringo, guys you do not want to see out there. But, hey, it's the NFL. These guys make the NFL. So there will be no excuses made. Matt Patricia, a lot more man. That's his forte, right? They mixed in a ton of zone there at New England, but when he got to Detroit, they were a little bit more man. So do we have the guys to play that? Can Eli Ricks and these guys and your man Brad Roby and Keely, Ringo, Josh Jobe, whomever is out there, can they be trusted on islands? It remains to be seen, but they have to try something. To me, it can only go up, right? You're getting blown out 2 weeks in a row. You got another team who could very well get in that ass, right? Pause. If you're not up to stuff there. So it will be up to that defensive front to make sure that they're fitting to run properly, so we can tie these boys with one hand behind their back and make them to where they just have to pass the ball, and that way it's a little bit easier to defend when you're not on your heels having to defend the run as well. Matt Patricia, a lot riding on this cat right here. This is, I don't know, man. I'm still thrown by this. Obviously, with a lot of stuff going on right here in life in general for me right now, but trying to wrap my brain around doing this at this particular point in time, and what that means for a guy like Sean Desai. Remember, Sean Desai was considered maybe like the defensive version of a Sean McVay, one of those extremely creative types, one of these guys to take defensive football into the next generation. Maybe he would be one day someone's Vic Fangio, right? So still probably going to be running that Vic Fangio scheme, right? As far as the shell goes on the back end, probably can mix in some different fronts if calls for, right? But man, the hay is already in the barn. You're going to have to run with what you brung because you're too far into the game to be trying to change up stuff drastically. So does he know this scheme well enough? It really doesn't matter if you're calling situational football there. So I don't know. You guys have to let me know what you think about this one, man. Sean Desai sitting out there, man, with his ass out, booty butt naked. Pause. I would imagine he wouldn't be on the team next year, no matter what kind of capacity they would try to bring him back on, because that completely neuters you in front of your guys there, and you have to sit there and take a lesser role, albeit with the same title. So he'll be the defensive coordinator, like I said before. Maybe they do it tried and true, because I've seen teams like that, been on teams where the coordinator is not necessarily the play caller. And you see that a lot with guys who are head coaches who call their own plays. A guy like Mike McDaniel out in Miami, these guys had that in them, but they weren't calling plays when he was with Shanahan, right? But he was helping coordinate the offense, I would imagine. Him and the guy who went to the New York Jets who got fired. So but we going to make it do what it do. Much love to everybody out there. All my heads out in Jersey. All my heads out in Philly. The whole Delaware, right? The entire Delaware, Elton, Maryland. Listen, shout out to everybody in Seattle. If you haven't seen my last video, right, ironically, where I talked about not liking Sean Desai's scheme and the fact that they're running this scheme in Philly and in Seattle, where another Vic Fangio disciple is, and your man Clint Hurt, make sure you check that out. We did the predictions on there. If you haven't gotten your prediction in, go ahead and get your prediction in now. I don't care. No excuses. I don't care if Zach Cunningham or Darius Slay isn't playing. I expect my team to beat the Seattle Seahawks. And that's no disrespect to the Seattle Seahawks. I just expect that because I don't make excuses. Now, the Seattle Seahawks fan, they already have about 12 built-in excuses. They're talking about whichever quarterback plays depends on this and that. No, I don't care. If Jalen Hurts wasn't playing, I would still expect Philly to win because they're NFL players and these guys are veterans. So Drew Lock is a veteran. Marcus Mariota is a veteran. So it doesn't change. Shit won't change like Rick James. You feel me? So let me know about that there. And yeah, may the best Philadelphia Eagles team win. I stole that from somebody in the comment section, right? Big ups to my Philadelphia Eagles. Make sure you beat the Seattle Seahawks so I don't have to hear about that shit from these Seattle cats. They've been waiting all year for this game. They don't care about no other game, right? That's why they're 6-7. They didn't care about San Fran when I kept telling them, worry about San Fran. Stop talking to me about Philly. Nope, they didn't care. So their Philly game is here, right? They get another Super Bowl, another team Super Bowl. The Seattle Seahawks fans just, for some odd reason, obsessed with the Philadelphia Eagles. But it's all good. We'll give them something to be obsessed with tonight. All right? Get those predictions in, man. Much love to everybody out there, Philadelphia, and much love to all the Seattle people that I actually like. All right? Salute.